Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. Road closures have been approved for the demolition of the Belmead Street parking deck slated to begin on Monday, April 21st. Detours and sidewalk closures will be in place throughout the demolition process. Lane closures near the work zone include the two southbound lanes of North Green Street from Belmead Street to south of Sternberger Place, closest to the parking deck. The eastbound lane of Belmead Street between North Elm and North Green Streets, and the southbound lane of North Elm Street from Belmead Street to north of the mid-block crossing at Center City Park. Demolition of the parking deck will be conducted in stages as crews dismantle sections of the structure as safely as possible. The project is anticipated to take approximately 8 months, subject to weather conditions and equipment availability. Anticipate heavy equipment being transported to and from the site during this time. Motorists can expect delays and should consider using alternate routes. Inspectors identified structural safety concerns at the Belmead Street parking deck in late 2023, which resulted in the closure and shoring of the top 4 levels. Built in 1989, the deck closed permanently this past February. Future redevelopment options for the site are currently under consideration. For updates on lane and road closures and to sign up for email notifications about upcoming work on city streets, visit the city's website. The City of Greensboro will host a series of community budget sessions in each City Council district. These sessions will provide an overview of how the city's annual budget is developed prior to being adopted. Attendees can participate in an interactive activity to learn more about the City Council's priorities. The 2025 budget sessions will take place on the following days. District 1, Monday, April 28th at 6 p.m. at Barber Park Event Center. District 2 on Tuesday, April 22nd at 6 p.m. at Peeler Recreation Center. District 3 on Wednesday, April 23rd at 5:30 p.m. at Sales Center Great Hall at the Greensboro Science Center. District 4 on Tuesday, April 22nd at 6 p.m. at Lindley Recreation Center, and District 5 on Thursday, May 1st at 6 p.m. at Griffin Recreation Center. For convenience, the public is encouraged to attend any session, even if it's not in their district. For ADA information or assistance, contact ADA Coordinator Gary Canapino at 336-373-2723. To review the city budget, visit the city's website. The City of Greensboro is reminding residents to report issues with trash, recycling, or yard waste collection. Simply call the city's contact center or use the free GSO Collects app or visit the GSO Collects website. Promptly reporting collection concerns to the city's call center or through the Report a Problem option on the app allows the city to address collection-related concerns as quickly as possible. Proper reporting also helps staff to track and monitor collection concerns, identify recurring issues, and improve response times. The contact center can be reached at 336-373-CITY. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
We all have a role in fighting flu, COVID-19, and other illnesses. Follow these steps to keep you and your family well. Protect yourself from severe illness by getting the COVID-19 and flu vaccines. It's important to be vaccinated for COVID-19 for several reasons. First, they are safe, effective, and protect you from severe illness and hospitalization. Also, by you being vaccinated, you can help protect those around you who are not yet eligible to receive their own vaccine. It's also important to get your flu shot. Just as with COVID-19, vaccination against influenza can help prevent the most serious complications resulting in hospitalization. Flu shots are readily available at your provider's offices, pharmacies, and other community clinics. If you have questions about receiving your flu vaccine or your COVID-19 vaccine, please talk to your healthcare provider. Practice infection prevention. Continue protecting yourself and your family from COVID-19, flu, and other respiratory illnesses by practicing these infection prevention habits. Good infection prevention includes washing your hands frequently, waiting a physical distance from others, especially in public or indoors, and wearing a mask that covers your nose and your mouth. Know where to go for medical care. For emergency conditions like shortness of breath, chest pain, weakness, or slurred speech, you should go to the nearest emergency room or call 911. For non-emergency symptoms like cough, cold, or ear infection, there are quicker options like virtual care. Find the right care options at conehealth.com/appointments. Don't let COVID-19 or flu keep you from the activities or people you love. Follow these tips to keep yourself and your family healthy.
Creative Greensboro is seeking applications for those who want to take part in drama programs, and it's that time of the year to register your kids for football and cheerleading. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Creative Greensboro, the city's Office of Arts and Culture, is accepting new proposals from individuals and organizations interested in collaborating on future Creative Greensboro drama programs. Partners in Performing Arts, or PIPA, intends to create access to the city's cultural assets as adopted in the Cultural Arts Master Plan. The priority application window is open until Wednesday, May 7th. With the introduction of PIPA, Creative Greensboro is transforming all contract-based creative work into proposal-based partnership opportunities. Performing arts companies will be able to propose a creative partnership to collaborate on or propose a production that fits into one of the recurring slots during a season. Individual artists will be able to propose a creative partnership as a guest artist or designer for one of the internal performance programs after the season is selected. For more information or to access the application, visit the city's website or contact Performing Arts Coordinator Todd Fisher at 336-373-2974. Parks and Recreation is accepting registration for Red Zone, which is a multi-city youth football league. The league represents Greensboro, High Point, and Thomasville. Children ages 7 to 12 can sign up for football, and cheer is open to kids ages 5 to 13. Residents who have participated previously can sign up online for either program. Registration costs $75 and the deadline is Friday, July 25th. First-time participants should register in person at any recreation center or at the Greensboro Sportsplex. The child's birth certificate and a Parents Association for Youth Sports membership card will be needed to register. Registration is open for the new flag football program held on Mondays until Friday, July 25th. The cost is $75 for kids ages 5 to 13. The Beginners Camp for Summer Cheer Skills will take place June 2nd through June 6th. The Advanced Camp will run from June 9th through June 13th for kids ages 5 to 14. Registration is $25 and available from April 28th through May 23rd. Last but not least, Parks and Recreation is seeking volunteer coaches. For more information, visit the city's website. For more information about youth football, contact Athletic Coordinator Phil Harden at 336-373-2955. For more information about youth cheer, contact Athletic Coordinator Tony Bird at 336-373-2794. There's still time to take the pledge to conserve water during the 14th Wyland National Mayor's Challenge for Water Conservation. This national community service campaign challenges residents and communities to pledge to use water more efficiently, reduce utility costs, save energy, reduce pollution, and enhance community health. Residents are encouraged to join the campaign and take the pledge. Participants in winning cities are eligible to win hundreds of prizes. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn said sustainability and environmental stewardship are priorities for keeping the green in Greensboro. Water conservation is part of this focus. That's why I'm once again asking our residents to join me in taking this pledge to demonstrate how the Gate City values our natural resources. Last year, the challenge awarded more than $50,000 in eco-friendly prizes to nearly 300 residents across the country. The campaign also offers opportunities for students to make water conservation pledges that directly impact their city's ranking. The challenge ends on April 30th. For more information about the challenge and to sign up to take the pledge, visit the Wyland website. Coming up after the break, we'll take you behind the scenes of the Neighborhood Toolbox. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. This is the time of year when we start gearing up for home improvement projects. If you don't have access to the necessary equipment, the city can help you out. Joining me now to tell us about how you can borrow tools for free is Larry Roberts. He is the Chief of Code Compliance for the City of Greensboro. Hello, Larry. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're talking about the Neighborhood Toolbox. Tell us what sparked the idea for this program.
Well, typically when we go to a residence, we're there due to some kind of violation that a resident or a company has complained about. So once we got there, we would notice that we're citing these people for violations, and sometimes we were picking up that people couldn't correct their issues alone. And with that being said, if somebody couldn't mow their grass or somebody couldn't fix some small item repairs around their house, we come up with this idea to kind of help them get to where they need to be as far as being in compliance.
Okay, that way they're not a frequent flyer on your list and you can get the neighborhood back to where you want it to look. So with this Neighborhood Toolbox, are residents responding and taking advantage of the opportunity?
Absolutely. We run our the Toolbox program at the Greensboro Sportsplex off 16th Street, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Wednesday. So in those hours, you can come, pick out a tool that you need, and then return it the next week. So I think the last numbers that we showed just for last month, and we're not even in peak season yet, it was roughly 60 people that it took advantage of it.
Wow.
And I think last year as a whole was close to 500. So it's,
Okay.
they're responding very well.
Okay, and it's early, so you're just getting started. Now, what are the most popular tools being borrowed from the toolbox?
Right off the top of my head is the push mower for your grass, and then a pressure washer to keep your house siding clean, your fence clean, whatever else you need to get washed down.
Okay, so you get it for a whole week, it sounds like?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, with that, it's the honor system. Essentially, you sign up and say, I need these tools, but do people bring them back? Do they bring them back damaged? Do they keep them?
Knock on wood, we haven't had one up and walk off yet.
Okay.
So we have had a couple returned that was quite questionable on the character of how it got brought back to us. And if that's the case and we see that you kind of abused equipment, then unfortunately we do have a ban list and you can go on.
On the list. Okay, that's a list you don't want to be on. Well, that's good to know, but back to the inception of this whole concept, where did the tools come from?
Lowe's Home Improvement. When we first came up with the idea, a staff member had reached out to Round Rock, Texas, and they had a program up and going, so we kind of mirrored them. And then once we got that idea of what we wanted to do, we reached out to Lowe's and said, hey, this is what we want to do. Is there any way you could participate? And they answered the call loud and clear, and they made 2 donations so far as filling up 2 16-foot trailers full of tools.
Oh, that's fantastic, and that's a huge cost savings to the city.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where do you see the program evolving in the future?
Well, right now, the way that it's growing, it seems that our numbers tend to climb every year. And if we keep going the rate that we're going, I'd kind of like to see something more along the lines of a brick and mortar, like a library tool system. And I think if we keep going the pace that we're going, we'll get there.
Okay, and if someone has listened to this and they said this is right up my alley, you are a Greensboro resident, how do they get access to the Neighborhood Toolbox?
Well, they can go to our homepage on cityofgreensboro.org, and then once they're there, it can guide you to the Neighborhood Toolbox program.
Okay, well, Larry, thank you for stopping by and giving us a tour of the Neighborhood Toolbox. Do come back. Let us know about other aspects of code compliance.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That segment is coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for meetings as needed. The City Council meetings take place in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Cablecast. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. As you drive downtown, you'll notice the left 2 lanes of South Green Street from West Market Street to West Washington Street will be closed each day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. until Friday, May 30th. This closure is due to waterline replacement work taking place in conjunction with the lane closure already in place along North Green Street as part of the streetscape project. In other road project news, construction that began in late February on West Market Street has been extended to Wednesday, April 30th. The left 2 lanes of West Market Street from Mendenhall Street to Cedar Street will be closed each day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. for Phase 4 construction of the downtown Greenway. Once the improvements have been completed in this area, the far left lane of West Market Street will be permanently closed. Signs will be in place for an extended period to shift traffic until final paving, markings, and signage are added. Motorists should expect delays in the work zones and use alternate routes. Work schedules depend on weather conditions and availability of equipment and materials. To learn more about lane and road closures and to subscribe to receive email notifications about upcoming road work, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight. But first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some special events happening this week on the town. The New York Times called it the best musical of this century. And now, back by popular demand, you can see The Book of Mormon, April 18th through the 20th at the Tanger Center. The show won 9 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, and the Grammy for Best Musical Theater Album. Find tickets at tangercenter.com. The Brown Recreation Center in Southeast Greensboro hosts an Easter egg hunt for kids on April 19th. Grab your baskets and search for colorful eggs hidden around the center's outdoor area. Each age group will have designated zones to ensure a safe and enjoyable experience. Learn more about this free event at greensboro-nc.gov. Television personality and paranormal investigator Steve Gonsalves visits an interactive evening of hauntings and true tales of the supernatural, April 19th at the Carolina Theater. Gonsalves is best known for his work on the TV shows Ghost Hunters and Ghost Nation, and his film The House in Between. Don't be afraid. Get tickets online at carolinatheater.com. The Van Dyke Performance Space in the Greensboro Cultural Center hosts the 100 Model March April 20th. Enjoy endless fashion, live music, and performances. Over 100 looks from different designers will be displayed, and you'll want to stick around for the after party. Visit greensboro-nc.gov for ticket information. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents, and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Office of Sustainability and Resilience is accepting registration for its upcoming native plant giveaway. This will take place at the annual Earth Day event from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, April 26th at Keeley Park. The first 500 people to register will receive a free milkweed plant, which is an important host for monarch butterflies and a popular nectar plant for a wide array of pollinating insects. The native plants will be on first-come, first-served basis. Native plants occur naturally in an area, helping to maintain, restore, and protect the health and biodiversity of local ecosystems. They support native pollinators, birds, and other wildlife, and require less maintenance, in addition to being part of the historical and cultural heritage of the community. In contrast, invasive plants disrupt the native ecosystem and displace native plants and animals. For more information about Earth Day, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Parks and Recreation Department. Staff hosted the first event of its newest dance series called Groovin' on the Greenway. This takes place on the downtown Greenway. For the kickoff, attendees gathered at the Freedom Cornerstone. The event featured a performance by Zadwa. Afterwards, participants learned an Afro-Caribbean line dance. The series is free, and those interested can pre-register online. Drop-ins are welcome. Way to go, Parks and Recreation. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Talk City in Espanol, plus GTN is streaming on Cablecast. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.